the concept of community solar and how could it benefit Pennsylvania? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Quinn. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk first about this concept of community solar. When we think about solar, we may think of rooftop solar, we may think of a solar farm. This is a different concept.
Well, if you think about solar, typically most people think about it being on their roof. But if you live in an apartment complex, if you live in a planned community that has an HOA, you can't participate in that marketplace. So the concept of community solar would allow those individuals, people that don't have a rooftop, to participate and be able to, buy clean energy.
With that, how would this then work? If the solar panel is not directly on your property, how then do you reap the benefits of solar, not only getting green energy, but potentially reducing costs?
Well, it's more of a market-based solution from the standpoint of allowing a third party to set up a solar field somewhere, and you would buy into that solar field. I mean, the biggest issue when you're dealing with this, it has to do with a concept called net metering. And net metering allows you, when you're using a solar panel on your home, to be able to bank some of that power so that the utility, if you overproduce, you would push that energy back to your energy supplier. And then at night, when the solar panels aren't working, you're able to pull that back out of the bank.
With that, this could be a similar kind of scenario for those who participate in the concept of community solar?
That's correct. So let's say you're in an apartment building, but yet you're a very conscious, driven person and you want to participate in a program like this. You might buy into the solar program so that all of your energy is clean energy and it's coming from this community solar plant. And it would work in the same way. Currently today, you're not entitled to that net metering.
With this as a concept, this would be something that you as a Commonwealth would need to create in order to make this something that people can access. You need to create this concept of community solar.
Right. We need to add to the net metering concept so that we can create these markets. I mean, if you look at it, clean energy, clean jobs, it's technology. These are small businesses that individuals can create. I mean, this is a win-win-win for everyone.
And where does this concept stand at this point? Is it legislation that you are working to move forward?
It's legislation that I'm working to move forward. It's something that, from my perspective, for instance, I buy wind energy at my house. I buy wind energy, and it's a solution, but it's much more costly than necessarily solar would be. So when I look at people like myself that are currently buying wind energy, I know myself specifically, I would much rather be able to buy into a community solar program, as are many of the people that live in my district who live in apartments and, again, in these HOA communities.
And you are working to move forward this piece of legislation as it relates to community solar. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Quinn. I'm Jill Horner.